really a tough act to live up to, but Spa has delivered so far, I would argue. There was the pole position car, the Ferrari 488, and in the TCE series it was all about the 101 orange Cupra, but in the opening stint, well, Rick Brokers couldn't edge away a great deal. He had an Aston Martin and the AC Motorsport TCR car for company, and actually lost the lead in the opening stint as the tyres seemed to go off on about lap 6 or 7, which is exactly what Rick warned about. Great sight the GTs made as they worked their way down the Camel Straight for the first couple of times, and then about 20 seconds further back, the TCE series race got underway. It was a good initial run into La Source, and then on the first lap, that gap continued to open up for the orange 101, but steadily the Aston Martin was, the Aston Martin reeled in the Cupra. Colin White's car, very dramatic moment with the front left wheel starting to rub on bodywork. That created an awful lot of heat, and the whole left side of the car caught fire. Thankfully, he stopped right by a couple of the Spa track marshals, and they were quickly on hand to extinguish that fire. We did not have the repeat of Barcelona last year, which destroyed a chassis for the Glastonbury-based driver. He was able to drive away, amazingly enough. Ian Stinson wanted to take the car over, but Colin would not relinquish straight away, looking very dog-eared indeed, and flames still licking from the inside of the car, but any significant damage was prevented. 980, Peter Turting car suffered a puncture early on. Also some gesticulation from Peter as he crossed the line, battling with other members of the 991 class. The 34 Audi had some contact from a Mercedes, and I mentioned about the eDeck Sport Mercedes almost getting caught up in that moment. Well, actually, it was the contact from 17 that created the spin for the 34. There was also an off-track Porsche as well with an ambitious move down at Campus Corner, which cleaned out one of the bollards. The AC Motorsport Audi RS3 spent quite a bit of time at the head of the order, and indeed is the leader overnight after James Kay brought that car to the flag. And congratulations must go to Josef Kral. Admittedly, it's about a quarter of the job done, but that Ferrari will start from the front row, and from the inside of the front row come the restart tomorrow. They've done it again somehow, despite falling down to, well, the lower portion of the top 11 mid-race. They had a puncture to contend with as well, but they got back to the sharp end by the end of the race. And